Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Keys to Success for Music Majors. It is the end of the semester. Oh, yeah, beginning of
Yes.
summer. Good times ahead.
Oh my gosh.
My name is Charley Roush, and I am a librarian at UTRGV, and I specialize in music.
And my name is Katrina Roush. I am a professor of music theory at UTRGV.
So, we just wanted to meet with you briefly in this final podcast episode of our first season, end of the year. It is summer. You guys have earned a good old break. Way to go. Congratulations to our graduates. And we are just happy to be proceeding on to new and better things and ready to gear up for next year. But we probably shouldn't think about it too much.
Let's not think about that too much.
Well, okay, so now
little
it's
bit.
summertime. I wanted to come up with an idea or two, just something to focus on. What should we be doing for summer, or how to think about the summer in a break? So we have two quick pieces of advice for you, real basic stuff. First one is keep on keeping on. Yep. What do I mean? Okay, so you're going through your degree and you've earned a break. That's awesome. Rest up, have a great time. But don't forget the big picture. School will be starting again next fall. And so you want to be ready. Or maybe you might even do a little studying over the summer. But think about your overall journey. So, if you're a performance person, definitely keep up on your playing over the break. Don't just let 3 months go by and then you're like forgetting about school and music and everything altogether. And then next year comes around and you're like, oh yeah, what was that instrument I played again?
Yeah,
So
trust me from experience, you do not want to take a 3-month break in practicing.
No. So be in touch with your teacher. See if they recommend taking lessons continually throughout the summer, or maybe they just have some good exercises, some warm-ups or scales or things like that to keep you in playing shape so that when you start up again next year, you're not way unprepared for things like ensembles or whatever pieces your instructor may want you to work on next year. And it's like that for your classes too. So maybe you finished up Theory 2. Way to go. Yay! Success. But there might be Theory 3 around the corner. So, I'm not saying like do homework or self-quiz yourself or anything like that over the summer, but brush it off every now and then. Remember what you talked about this year, because some of this stuff can be cumulative. And so you might be jumping in right where you ended up. And so that 2-3 month break might get in the way of remembering some of those things. I'm speaking from experience. I was a pretty lousy Theory 3 beginning student because I forgot much of what I learned from Theory 2 over the summer break. So just keep that in mind. A little thought towards the big picture can help in making the transition to next year be quite a bit more seamless.
So my advice for you is to be you. Whatever you decide that you need over the summer, you should do that. I feel like especially this year, we've all been through a lot with the pandemic. I know a lot of you guys were taking maybe all of your classes online. I know that I taught all of my classes online, and that was a new experience for me to do some of that. And so it was taxing in a different way. I think that there were some benefits to doing it, but also I think we all felt that newness and that strangeness of trying to do this, and some of us really struggled with it. So give yourself a chance to do what you need to do over the summer to be ready for the fall. So whether that be, like Charley said, practicing, and obviously things like that are important, keeping up with some of the things you learn that you'll need to remember, which is like a lot of stuff, right? But also, what do you like to do to recharge? Do you enjoy reading? Do you want to go to the beach? Do you have, now that more of us are vaccinated and it's safer to be out, do you have visits with family that you haven't seen for a while, or traveling that you are finally able to do? Do those kinds of things. Enjoy your time so that you feel recharged as a person, that you're like mentally and emotionally ready to jump back in the fall. Also, I know some of you, it might be a good idea to take summer classes, maybe because it falls well into the sequence. I know for some theory students, it's good to take keep up with your sequence of Theory 2 and Ear Training 2 we have over the summer, so that's helpful, things like that. But maybe you also you feel rejuvenated from this. Maybe you're feeling really motivated all of a sudden and you're feeling good about it and you want to take some classes and get those credits out of the way. There are plenty of things offered over the summer, and you can talk to your advisor, or you can contact me if you want to know more about some of the summer offerings that you can take. So if you're feeling like this is a good time for me to, take a class or two, then go ahead and do that. But you get to decide kind of for yourself what you need. One thing that I'll say is actually think about that and think about what you need.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like me, you will get done with finals and you'll go, oh my gosh, finally I'm done with finals. I really need a really big mental break. I need a physical break. I just need a break from everything. And then you'll say, yeah, I think I'm going to lay in bed and watch Hulu all day. Just for example.
That's nobody does
this
that.
This is my like mindless thing of choice, right? So you lay in bed, you watch Hulu, you're eating snacks, but that day turns into maybe, I don't know, 3 weeks.
Summer
right?
goes by fast, folks.
And you don't realize, or if you're like me, you don't always realize how much time you're actually spending kind of like unintentionally resting, right? So there are things that other things I like to do to rest also. I like to go shopping. That's fun for me. I like to take walks outside. I like to call my mom, right? These are things that I enjoy doing that if I don't think I'd like to do these things this summer, I will go all summer without doing them, without realizing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to encourage you, you don't have to make a schedule unless that's your thing. You don't have to make like a to-do list unless that's your thing, but really take a minute and think about like, what do you want to get out of this summer? What do you need this summer?
Yeah.
What kinds of things are you hoping to get? And what will help you then when school starts back up, either in your summer session or in the fall? And we will be in person at UTRGV again,
yes.
And we're so excited about that. We're so excited to actually see you guys in person again. And so use that also as a little bit of excitement as to for what's to come.
Yeah. And speaking of next fall, we will be returning. We're going to take a little bit of a break with the podcast, but we will be returning for a second season. More wonderful tips about the library, about studying, about information literacy, and what have you. So be on the lookout. If you do have any ideas for what you'd like us to talk about, for sure, contact us and we'll give you some info about that in a second. But just know this time will go fast. You've earned it. Way to go.
Way to go.
Let's gear up for some good times and maybe a little more return to normalcy. Stay tuned for updates from the university about exact timing, about how things are going to open in which order. And as always, just definitely stay safe through everything. So we do have some contact info we can show.
So here is our contact info as always. And we just wanted to say that if you want to contact us over the summer, even though we won't be putting out podcasts, we will still be around. And so we're willing to, take your emails. So if you have questions about things about the music program, or if you have questions about summer classes you might want to think about taking, or other advising sorts of questions, you can contact me. I would be happy to help you, or at least point you to the right direction of somebody that can help you. If you have questions about exploring some of your curiosities about music research over the summer, that's another really great fun thing to do when you don't have as many responsibilities from school. You can contact Charley and he'd be happy to help you with that. If you have other general research and library questions, you can contact the research and instruction folks. And please do feel free to email our Gmail address for our podcast and suggest future topics for next season, and give us other comments that you have related to our podcast.
So that's pretty much it. We wish everyone a great summer, and we will talk to you soon. And be in touch if you have any questions or anything you just want to pass along.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being a great audience this year, and we wish everyone the best.
Take care of yourselves and have a great summer.
Talk to you later.
Bye.